Good morning, YouTubers. Hey, welcome back to my channel. I thank you for being able to join me in another adventurous time in the bush. So I'm out here in the bush today, again, practicing one of the most important elements of bushcrafting, prepping, and survival skills. And we all know one of the most important things is having shelter. So today I am going to practice on a three-sided, totally enclosed tarp shelter. So guys, this is the 10 by 10 that I have spread out on the bush floor. And I have put a tent peg in this corner, as well as this corner. So this would actually use no more than 6 tent pegs, but we will see. I like to secure my shelters as much as possible. So again, I've started out with 2 tent stakes at each corner. So now I am going to make a triangle. I'm going to come to the opposite corner and I'm going to take this and actually make a triangle. Okay, as you can see, a triangle. All right, guys, so I'm coming to the middle of the tarp, which is the second tie out, and I'm going to put some paracord, run some paracord through here with a toggle. And I'm going to hoist it up to a tree. So this is how it looks so far. And now I am going to secure this onto a tree. Guys, with 3 tent stakes, we have made a 3-sided, totally enclosed tarp shelter. And here is the entrance. And this is the inside. But as you know, I like to really secure my shelters. And I'm going to do this by toggling this out to give me more space. And I'm going to secure these tie downs on each side. And the shelter will be complete. All right, guys, this is the tarp that is complete. Now again, this tarp could have been put up with 3 tent pegs and a tie out to that tree, but I like to take advantage of all the tie outs to secure my shelter, because we do know that shelter is of the most important thing when you are in the bush. Again, starting from your clothing to your something to sleep under is your shelter. So let's take a look at this 3-sided tarp shelter. As you can see, this is one side of it. This is the front as well as the entrance. Just by removing one of the tie outs, you can open it and that is the inside of it. And to close it back up, you just simply attach it to the stake. Here is the other side. To give me more room, I did tie out the center. I did guide out the center tie out. I guided it all the way to a tree back here. As you can see, and there is a trucker's hitch. And again, at the rear of the shelter, I guided another tie out to a tree, and this time I use a taut line hitch to secure it even more so. I stake down each tie out on this side. Which is a total of 3. So that is the shelter that will protect you from rain, snow, and it's even warm in here. And once you get in, you can secure yourself in by just tying these in. I'll show you really quickly. All right, guys, so I'm actually in the shelter now, but as you can see, again, I can tie these 2 doors together and I am in. But as you can see, that I am totally enclosed, and this is a great shelter in the event, especially for the winter. If there is snow, if there's rain, I'm not going to get wet. And underneath the tarp itself, I do have a bedroll to keep the tarp from being punctured. So this is the tarp that I practiced, that I wanted to practice today. So again, you can see that that is an opening, and again, to get out, I simply remove the bottom and just remove this portion. And the door opens. And there you have it. So again, when you're in the bush, priorities are, at least for me, shelter, fire, water, and food. And the next thing that I'm going to practice with is a KUKRI knife. A knife that will get it all done. This is a Condor heavy duty knife. And these things are massive. They're powerful, but they do have finesse and they are delicate. A lot of delicacy with them. You can use the recurve portion to do your fine carving. The belly portion to do your chopping. So today we're going to do some chopping, some splitting, as well as some carving. The one knife that will do it all. A KUKRI. Okay guys, it is time to practice another required skill for the bush. Again, it is with a KUKRI. Again, this is a Condor heavy duty knife. It has a 10-inch blade with a 9-inch cutting edge. It is a full chain. So right now we're going to chop. See how well it chops with a log that is maybe, let's say 3 inches, 4 inches. So let me put you in focus and let's get started. Again, always wear gloves when you're using a cutting tool. Prevent injuries. Now, this is the first time I have attempted to chop a log of this size. Let me see. There we have it. Let's try. Let's see if you can, okay. Make sure that you can see me here. As we can see, chops very well. We'll try one more piece. there you have it. We'll go to the larger portion of this log. All right, we see that it chops well. The next test will be splitting. The Condor Heavy Duty Kukri Knife. Okay, so here we have seen that the Condor Heavy Duty Knife chops very well. So let's go on to a task that's not as difficult, I would think, and that's splitting. So you always want to have a tool that you can chop with, split, and carve. So let's do some splitting. And let me put you in focus. The good thing about practicing in the bush, again, is that when you are doing tasks like this, you don't have the luxury of a smooth chopping block. You have to deal with what's in Mother Nature. So, let me put you in focus. Let's see. Okay. So as you can see, it's not difficult at all splitting wood with the Condor heavy duty knife. And I partly attribute that to the design or the geometry of the blade. This is a convex blade, convex edge. It has one angle. It has a high flat grind here, and the bevel changes here, and it just rounds more or less off into like a football. So every time I baton this portion is splitting more of the wood. Okay, so I'm going to split up more of this to make some kindling, and then I'm going to split more of this, and we're going to make some kindling. All right, guys, again, the knife that does it all, again, is the KUKRI. And now let's try something that has a little bit more of finesse or delicacy to it, which is making feather sticks. Now this will be not as easy as with a Scandinavian grind knife, but if this is the only thing that you had, let's see how well it performs with making some feather sticks. Okay, so let me put you in focus. We will put the safety gloves on. So we have chopped, we have split. So I'm using the recurve portion of the blade. Okay, let's try another one. Now let's try a different method as well. Where I'm just going to, let's see. I'm going to place this against my knee, just pull back. Place this against my knee and just pull back. And it makes shavings very well, as you can see. Just put your focus here. Okay guys, as you can see, it chops, it splits, it carves well. Again, even though this is a KUKRI knife, it performs just like any other knife. Some things better, some things not as. But again, it is the knife that will do it all. A KUKRI knife. Next thing left, I'm gonna go gather some more kindling, dig a fire pit, and we will use this maybe to process some food. Now we're not gonna slaughter any animals or skin any animals, but you can use this from anything, from slicing vegetables or fruit. So it can be used as a food processing tool. The KUKRI. Okay guys, again, using the one tool of the day, the KUKRI, we know that again, shelter, fire, water, food, and signaling. Now in order to build a sustainable fire, it takes preparation. It takes chopping, it takes splitting, it takes carving. So I've done that with this knife. And again, I just want to show you. Here is my base layer. Here is my thumb size kindling. And here is my twigs. And here is sustainable fuel. So those are basically the characteristics of a fire, but you need a spark. And I am going to use the spine of this KUKRI, which is a 90 degrees spine. And I'm going to throw some sparks into some fat wood, take the shavings and the feather sticks, and have us a fire. So let me get you in focus. Just And there we go. And the dry shavings, along with twigs. All right, guys, it does work. All right, guys, you can see the importance of Firecraft, but using the KUKRI, you have to be concerned with accuracy, but nevertheless, again, the knife that does it all. A KUKRI. All right, guys, I'm gonna let this fire build up and come back for a meal. Hey guys, well, the fire is going very well, as you can see, and I just put some water in my pot, and I'm going to be having today some red beans and rice. So I hope I get to cook all this, or just cook this rice before the rain comes. But if the rain comes, I'm just gonna hop into this shelter. It's very windy right now. So, but again, guys, this is just part of enjoying Mother's Nature, coming out in the bush, practicing your skills, using your cutting tools. And again, the only cutting tool that I have used today is a KUKRI knife, and I did use a saw to saw a long piece of wood. But in the event that you did not have an axe or a hatchet, but you did have a KUKRI knife, that KUKRI knife will serve the same purposes, especially if it is a KUKRI knife with a convex grind. It worked well as a striker for the Ferrocerium rod. I was able to carve with it, make some feather sticks. So again, it's just practicing, and I believe it is the fundamentals. So I'm just going to keep an eye on this fire. I'm getting some nice coals, and then I'm going to have me a nice meal. My meal for the day: beans and rice and a sports drink. As you can see, this is piping hot. Very hot, but very good. The bush will burn some calories. It's very good. All right, guys, I'm going to see you, the smoke, after my meal. Hey guys, what would a meal be without a vegetable or a fruit? I don't think it would be a complete meal. But with a simple task, again, of using the one tool that does it all, let's just slice into an apple. And of course, the kukri was sanitized with this. Here we have it. Nice thin slices of an apple. A nice comfort food. No cooking, just slicing. Again, a great tool. If you do not have an axe or a hatchet with you, I would suggest a kukri. One of the reasons is because of the forward weight. Whereas with a knife, it's this, but with the kukri, it's basically just letting the front end go. All right, guys, I'm gonna enjoy my fruit and see you afterwards. Well, guys, my training for today has been completed. Again, I focused on making a 3-sided, totally enclosed with a floor tarp shelter, and to use the KUKRI, the knife, the one knife that gets it all done. So, again, I encourage you, if you are a bushcrafter or you just want to enjoy the bush or Mother Nature, it's here. It's total relaxing, it's quiet, it's solitude, it's everything that you cannot purchase at a store. So, with that said, guys, I'm going to pack up and I am going to see you on my trek out. Well, YouTubers, I have completed my task. It's been fun. I hope you've enjoyed this little adventure with me. Again, I got a chance to make a 3-sided, totally enclosed tarp shelter, and to work with a knife, one knife that does it all, the Condor Heavy Duty KUKRI. If you haven't tried it, I think it's a great tool. I suggest you try it out. So with that said, guys, like father and son, mother and daughter, human and nature, we are all of kin in some form or fashion. Get out in the bush and have some fun. This is the Virginia Bushcrafter signing off. Thank you, guys.